Hey everyone, so taking a little break from the Rift of Chaos stuff today. It's been a bit of a downer for me, so we're jumping back into RTA. I've got 5 matches for you. I was down pretty low there, but ended up being able to climb up again, so this will be in the higher ends of RTA. But anyway, we'll jump right into it here with these selections. I pre-banned Doomweaver Valyria. You don't get to see the mysterious opponent pick there, but it doesn't matter because you can't tell who it is. So sorry about the early cut. But anyway, they end up banning Holy Armor Virgil, and I first picked Nero. And then I see Shark Solandre. So Shark Solandre has actually been a hero that I've been pre-banning a lot lately, but I switch between Doomweaver Valyria and Shark Solandre and Vengeful Hassle. I don't know. It just depends on how bad I lose to one of those heroes whenever I start banning them again. But they have an A6 Alicia, and I only know a couple people that have that, so I think I know who I'm going up against here. So I picked Zoltan, just because it's a good general pick. And right now, I'd like to pick Ashlyn, but the Alicia is a big problem there. I'd only like to pick Ashlyn last if I knew that I was going to ban the Alicia. So here, when I see the Girinal, I know who I'm playing. He goes by the name Butt Stuff, which is a pretty awesome name. But anyway, he has a just killer Girinal, killer. Like nothing survives it. And you're actually going to see her nuke here. So I pick Ralph because I know he also has Ralph. He probably doesn't want me telling people that, but with the whole mysterious opponent thing, it doesn't matter. Here I was seeing if my Crazed Urzag was booked. So I could ban, someone like Mathasia and then try and strip and stun the Girinal. Because right now, I don't really have an answer for Mathasia. So I have to pick Ashlyn to try and beat the Mathasia. And then I'm most likely banning the Alicia at this point. And then he picks Aurea. So here, like I said, my only path to victory is kind of Ashlyn. But as you'll see here, his team is speed-tuned well to deal with things like this. And you'll see down in the turn order there that his Mathasia is going to go before his Girinal. So it doesn't matter if I stun the Girinal with the Ashlyn, which is why I'm thinking here on what to do. I'm kind of in just a bad spot in general. In the end, I just choose to stun the Mathasia and then hope I can survive the nuke from Girinal. So his Aurea is going to go here. And he chooses to taunt the Nero. I can't remember if he A2s, S2s or S3s though. Okay, it was just a simple S2. And then here, I'm deciding to ult with Zoltan to get the attack up to see if he can survive this big Girinal nuke, and then hopefully counterattack and steal her invincibility. So the SSA goes, uses his ult, and as you see here, it's just a huge nuke from the Girinal. But my Zoltan does survive, and here I'm just trying to true strike the Shark Solandre and try and live, but it just does not do enough, so I quit. So yeah, first game, good game. Alrighty, on to match number 2. So here, because I think Butt Stuff is still queuing, I chose to ban the Shark Solandre, and then when I see a Zoltan ban, I think I am playing him again. Just because he was probably a little surprised that the Zoltan survived that nuke. So Anyway, we're waiting to see what he first picks. And then he first picks Ralph, so I'm like, okay, it's definitely him again. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to get around, 1, this Ralph, and then 2, how do I survive this Giranol nuke? Because I'm probably going to have to ban the Mathasia, knowing that Mathasia kind of screws up my Ashland plan. So I pick Halia and then Alicia. And then he picks Nero, so my Ashland is looking pretty good here. But I'm pretty sure he picks Ashland here, which kind of ruins my plans. Is that who he picks? I think that's who he picks. Or maybe it's Aurea. He's really debating. Yeah, he ends up picking Ashland. So then I pick Aurea. So he can't pick Aurea, and then Aurea also is a pretty good counter to Ralph, as she can remove his shield once he goes into his little protection mode there. And then I pick Levi as well. Levi's just good against Ashland, and he can remove Ralph's shield as well once he goes into his little barrel state there. So here I'm just planning on, banning Mathasia 100%. And then dealing with the Ralph. So Aurea removes the shield, Kasim can steal his shield, and then Levi can also remove his shield. Oh, wow, do I ban Ralph? Oh my gosh, well that's a good misplay. See, I should have banned Mathasia. That's funny. I pick all these people to deal with Ralph, and then I ban them. That's bad. See? That's why there's people much better out there than me. That's bad drafting. So here he picks Corrupt Orak and he gets 2 stuns, which always stinks. It never feels good. There I try and get like a lucky proc from Levi to try and ult twice and hopefully take down the Mathasia, but he's got a pretty tanky Mathasia. Here I was testing to see if my Aurea had enough focus to taunt his Mathasia, if I ended up getting back around to that. But I'm kind of in a bad spot here with my Kasim being stunned, and his Nero just did a lot of damage to my Aurea. I'd like to probably rebuild her a different way. I have her built really high focus to try and taunt really high resistance Mathasias, but it's not a strategy that I should be going for. Here he gets another stun on the Halia, which really stunk because I wanted to jump into Levi twice there, but obviously didn't work. So here I'd want to take out the Nero, but I think I also have to try and take out the Ashland. I'm just in a tough spot because both of them are rough. But if I ever get lucky, with these dodges on Levi, I need to take out the Ashland because she can just loop to her light ultimate, which is coming back up. And that can't be dodged. So Kasim and Levi can't dodge that. But here, his Nero is just too strong, and it actually extends the stun on Levi. So I need tons of luck here. So he's still stunned, and obviously the Ashland can just go into light mode and then nuke. So I quit again. All right, so match number 3. Here I ban SSA again. If I am playing the same guy, it's okay because SSA is just good in general. Here I want to first pick Nero, because if I am playing the same guy, he does have a strong Nero. But then I see a Ashland at only Ascend 2, so I know I'm playing someone different because the guy I just played, his Ashland was A5. So I go into Alicia for the Ashland counter pick, and then I go into Aurea as well to be a decent pick against Ashlyn and Halia. And then when I see the Jabez, it's even a better pick. Here I go into Kasim, fully expecting to ban the Royce. And then I pick Levi, which is also good against Ashlyn. And then he last picks Alistair. So he ends up banning the Alicia, and I ended up banning... oh, geez, I'm drawing a blank here. Royce. Sorry, I said that, and I said that not too long ago, but I forgot. Okay. So here... The Aurea taunt ends up helping with the Halia and the Jabez. I tried to kill the Alistair with Levi, but it was not enough. But here I'm still in a pretty nice spot because I know my Kasim's going to go and jump in front to be able to kill this Alistair here before he gets to use his ult a bunch of times. So I'm in an okay spot here. I'm hoping that his Jabez ends up missing my Levi. Here he goes into Ashlyn's light mode to finish off the Aurea and then get some splash damage and remove the dodge from Kasim. There I actually thought he was going to attack Kasim, but yeah, his Jabez just didn't have enough. There, Levi's ult procs takes down Halia to a manageable level. And now it's just Levi and Kasim against Ashlyn, and I get the dodge there and counterattack, and that's enough for the Kasim to deal enough damage to Ashlyn. So that's the end of that one. On to the next one. All right, so fight number 4. I just stick with the SSA ban here. We'll see who they end up banning. Thinking hard. Thinking real hard. Okay. So they ban Holy Armor Virgil. Yep. So it could be butt stuff again, because that's who he likes to ban. It's so funny having me say that. I'm sure he's giggling if he's watching this, because even though it wasn't his intention, this is an added bonus of him having that name. So here he goes into Ralph, and then Alicia, and it's definitely butt stuff. So then I go into Halia. So he can't do some shenanigans with jumping into his gear and all, because then I'm just in a tough spot on who to ban. Here I pick Garnett, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this Ralph. I'm not banning him. I'm gonna ban the Mathasia, and we're doing this. We're gonna take down Ralph. That was my. I was pumping myself up before I got in the match. Because I play this person a decent amount, not as much as the others, but I struggle with him. I've beaten him once or twice out of like maybe 15, 16 matches. He's just he's pretty good at drafting. He's a good player. He finished 3rd last season, and I think he's in 3rd now too. So obviously top tier player, and the more I play these guys, the better I get for sure. I'm still not to their level, but it's fun. I enjoy playing players like this who just draft well. You know, they don't depend on a whole bunch of LDs and multiple ascensions, and everyone's booked, so it's kind of fun. So he goes into Aurea and then Ashlyn. And then I last pick Levi. So, same kind of things I was talking about in match 2 against this guy, where I pick all of these people to ban or to be able to deal with Ralph, and I know this time that I do not ban him. So here I'm expecting him to either last pick Giranol or Mathasia, and he ends up picking the Mathasia. So this is definitely where I'm banning Mathasia. I just can't deal with her. He's got a really well-built one, And yeah, I'm done playing around with that. So we'll see who he ends up banning. So he ends up banning Nero, which is, I think, always a nice strong pick, considering a well-built Nero can, knock out a Alicia, usually never with Ralph, but still a strong ban. So my Halia gets taunted, and then that allows my Levi to jump in front of the Alicia. And here we were talking afterwards, he thought that the bonus attack from Alicia would possibly knock out the Kasim. So either way, though, he did remove the dodge from Kasim. Probably wouldn't have wasted the ult, though. So here I tried to sleep the Aurea with my Garnet, but he must have enough resistance on there because the 100% was resisted. That's who I chose. But I got lucky and had Ashlyn get the sleep. So here, he ends up taunting my Kasim. I'm deciding whether I want to give people a speed boost or if I want to jump into somebody. But I end up going with the speed boost because I'm going to try and take down this Ralph, which is exactly what happened here, to take him into the barrel state and then have Garnet use her S2 and remove the shield. So now I don't have to worry about this Ralph anymore. Thankfully, my Kasim was tanky enough there to survive the Ashlyn ult, and then he removed his taunt, and then I tried to kill the Alicia, but sadly he had the attack down still, so I just didn't have enough firepower there. He ends up taunting the Halia. Here I get to go with my Garnet. Sadly, it does not do enough. But my Kasim's dodge went back up on him from his trait, so that's really nice. Kasim is such a cool character. I love using him. I'm the only one that I've seen so far using him, in the higher ends of Arena, and it just catches a lot of people off guard. He's kind of tricky to play around, even if you've played against him. So here I'm trying to take out the Alicia, but I get a deflect. But now my Levi's stun is down to 1 turn, which then allows me to jump into him and then try and take out this Ashlyn here before she gets to go. And thankfully I do. His Alicia still gets to go, but as you see, the Kasim has the dodge up, so he has to either go after the Kasim, waste an attack, or finish off the Halia. So he chooses to finish off the Halia. Here I try to steal any of those buffs from Alicia, just in case the Levi doesn't kill, which didn't happen, but thankfully my Garnet gets reborn. I sleep the Alicia, and then from here I'm feeling pretty good. So yeah, that was a close one. I was telling him after this match that he took it easy on me. He said it was stupidity, but I know he was just taking it easy on me. But anyway, I'll take the pity win, I guess. So on to our last match. All right, so last match here. I'm sticking with my usual ban just because it's a nice universal ban, whether it's Shark Solandre or Dark Val. So here I see a Ralph ban, which is interesting, and then an A5 Halia. So I'm like, wow, okay. I'm not quite sure who this is. I picked the Nero to help with the speed difference with the Halia, and then the Alicia, which should outspeed almost anything if both Nero and Alicia survive the post-ban phase. So here, then I see an A1 Dark Val, and I was like, oh man, okay. I think I know who this is. But I'm waiting for the next pick. Here, then I see Zoltan. I'm like, okay. I have to pick Light Nick just in case I'm playing against the person I'm thinking of who has a Vengeful Hassle. Because if he picks Light Nick, that's a bummer for me. because I have to ban Vengeful Hassle because he's just busted. I can't beat that character. And then this way, this allows me to ban him and then try and deal with whatever he throws at me, even though I'd like to ban the Doomweaver Valyria. But it is the person I think it is, which is D-Hop. He's another top-tier RTA player. He's got a crazy roster, but luckily right now he doesn't have a whole lot of characters booked. So even though he has a crazy roster, his books are lacking a little bit. So there he was thinking about Afroni, but he ends up going with Dark Nick. So here I actually kind of thought that he was going to ban Light Nick, which he might have, but then I picked Jonathan, which is really, really good against Dark Nick and Doomweaver Valyria. So he's just kind of an issue. So I end up banning the Vengeful Hassle, like I said. And he ends up banning Jonathan. So I think he was, fine either way here with those bans, whether it was Light Nick or Jonathan. So here, my plan worked. I got to outspeed with the Nero and Alicia. I'm debating on whether I want to ult or not, just because the Zoltan can get kind of scary. And it also puts his Dark Nick in a pretty strong spot. But thankfully, my Alicia did some really good damage against the Zoltan. Here, he S2'd into the Zoltan, which I think was a bit of a mistake. I think he was thinking that he would get the extra turn, but a lot of, I do that sometimes too, where you S2 with Holly when she's not the fastest on the field, and then you end up just wasting her turn, because the extra turn only is if she's the fastest. So here, I'm in an okay spot because of the Light Nick being able to deal with the Dark Nick, but I do get lucky enough with the dodges in Levi where that wouldn't be a problem. I wasn't super safe there because the Doomweaver Valyria could end up stunning my Light Nick again, and then I could lose. So the dodges from Levi definitely helped, but that's basically all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the matches, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.